Hello everyone, welcome back to a Shadowverse video. Today we will go ahead and since it's the anniversary event, we do have double rewards. I'm going to go ahead and see, we have 4 ranked matches and then a dragon and a haven. We do have a haven deck to play today in the A3 rank and it is Storm Haven. Go ahead and preview that for you guys. So we have your basic Storm Haven list. I'm running 2 Heavenly Hounds. I think it's really good to kind of stymie the aggression in the early game. I'm only running 2 Tribunals and a Dance of Death because I feel like it's really bad against Shadow is Tribunal. And I'm not running the Pinion Prayers, I'm running more of a later game, bigger Storm Haven, and we'll see where we can get with that. Most of my ladder points actually from 20 to 30,000, about probably 5,000 of it probably came from Storm Haven, 5,000 came from Vengeance Blood. And we'll see what we can get with this today. So the first matchup is against Forestcraft, which I don't really have too much experience playing with or against. I just know that I don't like the matchup that much. So we have a Unica here. I think we'll go ahead and keep that. Arya's really good. Goes for the fairy circle, getting 2 fairies. And the turn there. So hopefully he doesn't play the 2 fairies. If he does, it probably means Ancient Elf.
Hey, let's play.
And it's probably going to be Ancient Elf here. Nothing we can really do about it. I think I will go ahead and play the Beast Call here. Our play is going to have to be Tribunal, hoping he doesn't play anything on turn 4.
I'm Force Protector.
That is going to make his Ancient Elf a 4/5 ward, which is pretty hard to deal with. So I have a couple options here. So Force decks tend to like to keep a lot of cards in hand, so we'll just go ahead and get the Sacred Plea off. And I don't want him to get too much value, so I think I may Hollow Dogma with the Sacred Plea. I am playing 1 Prison Priestess. I did want another 3-drop, and I had the 3 Grimnirs, the 3 Divine Bird Songs, 1 Angel of the Word. So he does end up playing a 4-drop, which is kind of bad. You will have to go ahead and play the Tribunal, hopefully hitting the Ancient Elf here, which we do, and then pass a turn. So we are pretty low on life here. He doesn't need too much damage now to kill us with the Roach combo, but hopefully we can push through. Let's see if he plays something. He does play the Grimnir. So we have a ton of options actually next turn.
Hey, let's play.
He does go ahead and play a fairy, which is a little annoying. I think the play here is probably to go for the Lion Spirits. We'll go ahead and evolve that. That's going to take out these guys here. Next turn, if he only plays like a larger follower or something, we can just go ahead, Hollow Dogma onto the Tribunal to kill it. Depending on what he does, Dark Jean is also a good play. And you know, Priest of the Cudgel is always a good play. I think we could technically be dead. I think you could deal 10 with a Roach and an Evolve with the 2 0-drop fairies.
Beautiful, powerful, and
Fina here.
It won't be long now.
Yeah, it's okay.
I'll blow you away.
It is giving him more 0-drops in hand, which is a little bad. He does choose to play the Goblin Mage, which is a little weird, making me think he doesn't have
Play.
the Roach in hand, but he would now, obviously. I think the play has to be the most value Dark Jean.
Save our world.
That's gonna be pretty nice right there, taking out 3 things. So in his hand he is gonna have, let's see, so last turn he had 6. He is gonna have 1 of the 0-drop fairies at least in his hand. That's a nice card to see out of his hand. And he doesn't play for too much value. So he doesn't want to be dropping any followers here, I suppose. So he'll just die the Tribunal. So now would be a nice time. And so Grimnir here is a really good draw. I don't think I'm gonna die next turn, though it is possible. But I think I do want to just gain some life from Radiance Angel. Go with Unica, get a board position. I'm gonna try Dark Jean. I'm gonna get a little aggressive here. I can't think of too many cards besides maybe Dance of Death that could go ahead and kill Dark Jean, but we do really need to get some pressure on before we die to some sort of Roach combo, which could easily happen on this turn. Will of the Forest. So this could be okay for us if it leaves our Dark Jean with 3 life, making Sylvan Justice not kill it, because that's all I can think of. So Grimnir here is interesting. Garuda might... Ooh, Heavenly Hound is a really good draw here. So I think I want to go ahead and play... I'm going to play a Prison Priestess here.
Show you something.
It's going to get us a Beast Call aria. I'm going to go ahead and evolve this thing.
I'm strong because I'm bad. Bad.
We'll attack.
Ow!
Gonna play a Heavenly Hound and then a Beast Call. So with the Heavenly Hound being a 2/4 ward, it should be able to stop any Roach plans that this guy might have. Will of the Forest could be a problem, but we're just gonna have to try and play around that. Next turn we're gonna be able to deal 3 from our hand, which is pretty nice. So if, as long as one of our 2 attack followers survives, and that's the game. Looks like Dark Jean is a pretty good card.
I pray that you will be free
2-match
from
winning
suffering.
streak. Get that 100 points. And we reached a score of 100 because the ladder did reset, I suppose, for the rewards today. Just get another game. This is a Stormhaven deck, and there's no moons in here, mostly because I don't actually own the moons, but I think that deck's been faring pretty well without them. And no Pinion Prayers, we are going on the heavier side. I've never actually tried them, but just, you know, a 2-1, it doesn't seem as good enough. This is an interesting hand. I think the Tribunal's bad. So we do have Sacred Plea on turn 1, which is nice. Beast Call, Hollow Dogma. So most of our plays in the early game should be pretty well set up. We'll hope that he does not have a 1-drop, which he doesn't, which is good. Go for the Beast Call here. We're going to be able to Hollow Dogma onto the Beast Call next turn. So he plays a Unica here, which is interesting. Another Hollow Dogma. We'll go ahead and pop that on the Beast Call. Reno. I think I just do want to trade out here. Mess up anything that he might have, though I can't really think of it. What he might have.
I am the Mad Cyclone.
See, Grimnir would have been pretty bad for me if I didn't trade there. So I have a couple options here. I think I just want to be aggressive. That could be wrong though. I think I'm going to go ahead and do this. I'm going to play the Reno as well. I didn't want my Tiger to just die to an Orthrus if you want to play an empty Orthrus. So it does play Unica. Skull Cradle Witch. Skull Cradle Widow. Huh, I always thought Skull Cradle Witch. So he's probably gonna trade, which is fine here. Divine Birdsong. I think I can just go ahead and evolve. I'm gonna play this a little aggressive. It could be incorrect. Just gonna go face with a lot of this stuff. So we could Hollow Dogma actually here, which is interesting. Look how we get punished by. For 5 men, I don't think we really get punished. I think I will actually choose to Hollow Dogma here. Right away. Draws us into Garuda, which is pretty nice. We'll end the turn. If one of our followers survives with, more than 3 health, we would be able to Dark Jean. So it looks like he's going to be able to clear the board here, which is pretty bad for us. Reno looks like it probably will survive unless he decides to go face, which I think would be incorrect, but I don't think he has a better play. And that is going to be pretty good for us. We can go ahead and play Dark Jean, kill off his Skull Cradle, pump up our Reno, go 6. And turn 6 is pretty good for us because on turn 7 they can actually play Kawi, the 7 mana 4/5 ward, which can gain him some life, which would be a problem, and that's just the game. And that is just Stormhaven playing first with an aggressive draw.
I pray that you will be freed from suffering.
Reach the score of 200, and we'll just go ahead and load up another game. A lot more success in the other videos with the Shadow mid-range and then the D-Shift. I think Stormhaven's really good in the metagame right now. I was teching in Forbidden Ritual for the pre-nerf Prince Catacomb. It seemed to do pretty well there, and Haven's one of the decks that can banish pretty consistent with the Black Inscripture, playing Priest of the Cudgel, playing 1 Judge of Retribution, and it just has a lot of tools against the shadows. Even Ouroboros, you can deal 1 damage to it and then Black Inscripture it, which would be pretty good.
Eternal peace be yours.
So against an opposing Haven, I don't really know what they like to do. I think I'm just gonna try and mulligan the whole hand, try and get Beast Skull area, which I feel is really good in the matchup, no matter what it is. And we do end up getting a Beast Skull, which is really nice. Because if you're playing against some sort of control Haven, you can, if you play Grimnir at turn 3, they can just go ahead Black Inscripture. But if you don't actually play any really powerful followers and they don't have any plays, it's pretty well in our favor. So I would really like to draw a Reno or a Heavenly Hound here. That would be really nice. So next turn we can go Divine Birdsong, and then turn 4 Hollow Dogma into the Reno or the Heavenly Hound would be really good. And as you can see, we seem to be playing against a controlier version, and they haven't played anything yet. Like even a Tribunal here does nothing because we have our amulets, which is pretty nice. So he is going to go ahead and use the Death Sentence, which is interesting. I've actually never played against someone using the Death Sentence. If that's the case, I think it's fine to just go deal 1 damage to his face. Gotta be doing something, and you know, the 1 damage can come in handy. It's a little aggressive because he probably just plays Radiance Angel and my 1 damage, which was useless. But it's a little experimental. Unfortunately, my Hollow Dogmas aren't going to be doing much. So it is some sort of heavy control deck. So I think we're going to go ahead and evolve the Regal Falcon. I'm going to go ahead and play the Prison Priestess. Hopefully get an Aria. That'd be really good here. There it is. And then if he plays Themis, we're in a pretty bad spot, but he probably has Themis. There it is. We'll be able to, though, go for the Hollow Dogma on this. Evolve the bird. Put him to 9, which is pretty good here, actually. Now the only question is if I want to play the Priest of the Cajole. I think I'm going to go like this. It allows me to Hollow Dogma next turn. Otherwise, if I drew like another 5-drop, I wouldn't be able to double spell. Which I want to be... I'm not winning a card advantage game, so I just want to be, you know, playing all the cards that I can. Of course, he has the second Themis. Pretty unfortunate for us there. Garuda's actually pretty good here. I think I'll still go for the Hollow Dogma on this. See what we can get. You get a Dark Zone, which is really nice. I think I'm just gonna play the bigger one, the Lion Spirit. It's probably Aegis. So 8. I don't know what he really has. Maybe a Tarnished Grail.
Look at you.
Goes for the Rabbit
You're
Healer.
hurt.
That's pretty bad for us here.
You're
Goes for
done
the Evolve, which is interesting. What could he have
What would you do without me?
to punish here?
Everybody.
For 1, probably Black Inscription. Yeah, there's Black Inscription. Now this guy just been having the correct answers to our board. The death sentence was really good for him. I don't know if we'll be able to rush him down, but we will still try. I think the correct play here is probably still going for the Garuda here. Lets us double spell, which is always good. Draws us some cards. Go ahead and play another Sacred Plea. Grimnir here is really nice. I don't see us dying before our 10th turn. It is possible if he goes Aegis right away, but Tribunal. Interesting. So he doesn't have his Aegis. I still think it's Aegis. Probably not going to be Tarnished Grail, and then it could, I guess, be Seraph.
Let me care for your
Pure
body.
Healer. Beast Call is an interesting one. I think I'll go Judge here to draw a card. Definitely want to draw as many Grimnirs as possible, as we do. And we're set up for, you know, not the worst position. There are some really good top decks that we could be getting here. I think since he's saving the 1 evolve point, it's probably Aegis. The worst thing would be to see an Aegis. Garuda. That's interesting. Because he's played it really like a control deck. Maybe the Garuda's not for face. It's just like a tempo-y Garuda. That's really
The
interesting.
real battle begins. Love remedies all.
He's gonna attack in. Doesn't even attack in. Maybe he's playing around the Dark Shawn. think I'm just gonna go ahead and make the Grimnir play.
My Tempest shall judge you.
I'm trying to think if there's a point in evolving.
Plucking me from the skies?
I think I will go ahead and evolve.
Let us
One of the reasons I wouldn't evolve here is in case he plays his own Grimnir,
Sinners. Guilty.
and my Beast Call here pops, I will be able to evolve like the Holy Flame Tiger and then hit him. Otherwise my 2-1 doesn't even trade with Grimnir, which is pretty bad. Ilana's. So this is really weird deck. Huh. It's just a mishmash of a lot of different things, I guess. Oh, that lovely gospel's pretty bad for us. That's pretty nice. We will just go ahead and play Grimnir.
My Tempest shall judge you.
It will die on,
No!
you know,
No! War is
to
so
the
sad.
tribunal.
No!
But if he doesn't have a healer, which would be, you know, it's sort of likely, then he is dead if he doesn't play a ward to the Dance of Death, which he might not expect. Okay, so he's just playing a really greedy deck, I suppose. Luckily for us, we are playing the one Dance of Death. Gonna go ahead and Dance of Death there. It doesn't do anything to the Aegis, but we are gonna be able to go for 2 to the face, and that is gonna be the game. A really weird game. It seemed like a Alana, Heavenly Aegis, you know, it had a Garuda, just maybe he played like all the rares and, you know, legendaries that he might have had. We're gonna go ahead and get 80 rupees, which is pretty nice.
I pray that you will be freed from suffering.
And we'll just see if we can go ahead and win our 4th match and complete the missions for the day. In this double mission day, or double rewards for the missions. Later today actually, with the anniversary event, we're going to be getting a couple packs. I may hold on to all the packs and open them at the end, but you know, I might open packs before each video. And then we can start off the video, see our luck, and see if we'll be lucky during the actual matches.
Eternal peace be yours.
So against another Haven. I think I just want to do that. Once again, we're just looking for that Beast Call area. If it is a control-ear version, we don't want to let him use Black Inscripture to anything that he can use. And, you know, I was kind of hoping we might have, you know, found a 2-drop as well after that, but we did find 2, I suppose, in the Hollow Dogmas, but, you know, it's something we could play on turn 2. The Divine Birdsong is definitely, you know, the best 3 mana play we can make, and every single game hoping for a Divine Birdsong. So it looks like he's playing the main U, which also a card I'm not playing. So there's main U's, there's the Mist Shaman at the 2-drop slot. I like to play Reno and Heavenly Hound, because I feel like Heavenly Hound's super tempo and Reno deals, you know, just enough damage at the top end. So in this case, I could play Divine Birdsong or Grimnir. I think Grimnir gets punished pretty easily, so I'm gonna go with Divine Birdsong. This also lets me, if he plays a 2-drop that can be targeted, I'm gonna be able to Black Inscripture with Hollow Dogma, or if I just draw a 2-drop, which would be really nice, like a Reno.
I am the Mad Cyclone.
We're gonna be able to Black Inscripture the what's it called? Grimnir here. Or we could just draw the Priest of the Cudgel here, which I think is the correct play. go ahead and get some value.
You're done for.
I think it's,
See your weakness.
if it's about equal, you know, we only have one thing on the board, so his Priest of Cudgel's not going to be that good. And when we can play a 4-drop over 2 2-drops, I think it's always better to play the 4-drop. We can be a little flexible. So normally here I would probably choose to evolve. It's interesting if we want to evolve the Regal Falcon or not. Because his Holy Flame Tiger does just get to hit the Regal Falcon if he wants to. But it does put it at 1 health, which does die to Dark Zone. I think I'm going to make that play.
The real battle begins.
I don't know what it gets punished by. We will see though. Believe it or not, I'm not too experienced in the mirror matchup because even though I've played a lot of Stormhaven, I have not played against too much Stormhaven. We will see though. My plan is to go ahead and play the Dark Zone. I don't think he can just go face. I have a stronger board position here, though he does have 2 evolves over me, and it is his turn. Now, Dark Zone on his part might be okay also here, though I think it would still leave him vulnerable to my Dark Zone. It is, you know, I think it's a tough decision here, so he is taking a while to think about it. We have a lot of decent options in hand. I would like to draw an amulet for the Garuda. So he goes there. Ooh. Judge of Retribution. It's pretty bad for us.
You're done for.
I think I just have to go for my own Judge of Retribution here. Let's see what we draw. Radiance Angel. I think the correct play is still to go ahead, you know, fight for the board a little bit. We have a 5/4. It doesn't immediately die to the Black Inscripture, but he does have an evolve point. Tribunal. And then Beast Call. So not the worst turn for us here. Grimnairs I really like to keep in hand. They are gonna seem to be pretty good. Probably should have, you know, drawn the card first. I don't think there's a 2-drop we would rather play, and you know, there's another Aria. We will see what he does here. Hopefully next turn Garuda into whatever he plays should be fine. Unless he has his own Garuda.
No!
This is a little problematic.
Stop!
Since the Tiger, if he does choose to evolve it, which he does not, which is interesting. I think the correct play is definitely to Garuda this. Definitely Garudaing here.
No!
The question is, do I... Because the way he did it feels like he may or may not have Dark Zone. I don't think I'm going to play around Dark Zone here. I'm going to trade with the Tiger. Blackened it. We're not in the greatest position here, but I don't think it's unwinnable. We are out of rush/storm threats to deal with the board, which could be problematic. We do have a Radiance Angel here though to gain 3 life.
No!
Is it Themis? Ooh, Themis.
Plucking me from the skies?
My list doesn't even run Themis.
Well, within
It's an
you.
interesting choice. I'm definitely gonna go Beast Call here. I think Hollow Dogma's fine. No? Maybe I go Beast Call, Radiance Angel.
Lost in wayward ones.
Grimnir is really good. I think I will go with the Sacred Plea though over the Hollow Dogma. Maybe that's just bad. Yeah, I think that was just really bad. I mean, I do have 3 Grimnirs, so, you know, in hand. It'll be interesting what he does.
The moon drives
Definitely
me
not
crazy.
dead. Moon here is definitely really annoying.
Destiny calls.
Oh, it's so bright. The moon drives me crazy.
So he doesn't evolve either time, which is interesting. No way for me to kill the moon. I'm just gonna have to go ahead and hope that
My
he doesn't have
tempest
removal for the
shall judge
Grimnir.
you.
I think we misplayed there with the Hollow Dogma. Should have played the Hollow Dogma onto the Beast Call. Yeah, that was a pretty bad misplay there. Instead of playing the Sacred Plea. But that is gonna be the game for my opponent.
The real battle begins.
Pretty close game there.
Oh, the moonlight drives me nuts.
I think if we were able to get rid of the moon, it would have been a different one, but he had a lot of pressure, and the cards we drew weren't too good, and our draws were okay. See if we can go ahead and get one more game in here. Hopefully being a win can complete our quest. Stormhaven, I feel like, is just a very versatile deck. It looks like my opponent was also playing more of a mid-rangey style. I mean, I didn't see any Pinion Prayers, but it didn't feel like the deck played any. Maybe it's correct to swap out some of these Ancient Lion Spirits now that I haven't been seeing so much aggro. So Dragoncraft. Playing second, I
This one's
don't
for
really
my
like
family.
playing second against Dragon. I think I do keep the Beast Call instead of a 2-drop. 2/2. Ooh, Black in Scripture is certainly a very mediocre card in the matchup. It's only really good against the Ivory Dragon. So maybe we not against Ramp Dragon. Black Inscription is only really good against Ayla in the Ramp Dragon matchup. Mushusu.
Stop!
Interesting. I think we do go for the Beast Call. We have to go ahead and get something going in the later game. We can't just be removing his 2-mana guys. See what he plays third.
Check. Harness.
Aoife.
Stop!
Grimnir here is a little ambitious, but I think we're gonna have to go ahead and take
The
that
Mad
risk.
Cyclone.
We do have the initiative versus the Mushusu. We will be able to blacken it.
You've no business here.
Ooh, Blazing Breath. Interesting.
Ow!
No!
We are taking a lot of damage, but he is running out of cards in hand. Ooh, Hollow Dogma. That is one of the best straws we could have drawn there, I think. Fortunately, none of this stuff can actually really be attacked. But I will go ahead and evolve here.
You were done for.
We aren't going to be winning past, you know, maybe turn 8 might be when we win. I just want to get, you know, large followers on the board. His only real good answer to this is maybe Dance of Death, or if he has a Siegfried, he does have to sacrifice something to attack in. So he chooses to do that. Now we have an interesting choice. I think it's correct. So yeah, I can go blackened here. Heavenly Hound. That's gonna pump that up. I'm gonna go ahead and use the Heavenly Hound. So we could have maybe Ancient Lion Spirited, but since the Aepha wasn't actually able to, we weren't actually able to attack into the Aepha, it would have been pretty bad. Taking 4 down to 4. If he has anything that's Storm, he evolves for 2 and probably kills us. I think we're in a pretty good position here. Breath of Salamander. It's pretty good for him here.
Armor weapons more.
So if he goes face, which he does choose to go face. Well, it's unfortunate, but we are dead to the Dark Dragoon if he has it. Otherwise, I think this is a win. I could have maybe played the Grimnir. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't have played it that aggressively, but honestly, I don't see a world where he doesn't evolve the Goblin. And we just have to take the risk that he might not have had the fort in hand. Yeah, maybe that was a little too aggressive, but you know, it's mana efficient and everything, and we just wanted to make that play. We'll go see what we can get. You know, we'll try and complete the ranked quests today. You know, reset as soon as possible, get as much of that double rupees as we can. Storm Havens, yeah, I think it's a pretty fun deck. You know, I've been playing it a bit. Sometimes, you know, I really want to go for those mana efficient plays. Sometimes it does end up biting me, just like in that game. And we will be playing against a Bloodcraft deck. Playing second, which is not that great. Prism Priestess. I feel like it's not good enough. We wanted something else. Grimnir is a little better. I wonder if this will be the Vengeance version. It probably won't be Control version. So there's a couple blood crafts I've been seeing at this rank. There's the Vengeance version with the Soul Dealers and the Belphegors. You know, maybe there's an aggro Forest Bat version. And then there's also the combo version running Baphomet, Demon Commander Laura, and Azazel for, I think it's a turn 8 or 9 combo there. So it looks like we are actually running into a Controlier version, which could be the Demon Commander Laura combo version. We will end up playing the Grimnir. So we blood packs again. It does have a lot of cards in it. Definitely just want to go ahead and play out the followers that I get. Maybe he has a removal spell here, but it's fine. We just want to keep applying some sort of pressure. I think Angel of the Word's pretty good against him. Has the surprise 1 damage, and that's an interesting play. It's all of the blood packs in his deck. He's used all 3, and he's gonna mill. So this is interesting. It's one of those mana efficiency things again. If I Hollow Dogma here, I can get up to Vengeance, which I don't think is correct. I'm gonna go with the conservative Priest of the Cudgel play. Next turn we get the same play. This allows us to remove something if he plays something good. Like a Queen Vampire next turn might be pretty bad though. The 6 mana 4/4 that summons 2 1/1 wards. I don't really know what removal, maybe a Sadistic Knight. Or Sadistic Knight. Deal 6 and then 2 damage to himself.
I'm powerless.
Urias. One of my favorite cards whenever I play the Blood Vengeance deck. Such a powerful card.
Have some fun.
You will soon learn.
It's an interesting play.
I can't take it.
We are going to be taking a bunch of damage here. Unfortunately.
No! Ah!
I think it's correct to go ahead and evolve here.
You're done for.
Blacken this. I am putting him into vengeance, which could be incorrect. What do I get punished by? If we're going like that. I think I don't want to get punished too badly. He could have just dropped a revelation, or I think it's, yeah, revelation, deal 8.
It's like gold to me.
That's a really aggressive play by him. I wonder what else he has. Wow.
Weakness the power.
Well, that is just gonna be the game. I guess he didn't expect us to have 2 damage in hand, which is where this Dance of Death really does come in handy.
The real battle begins.
He didn't have the Diabolic Drain there, which would have been pretty bad for us, but that is going to be the game. We're gonna go ahead and collect 120 rupees. We're gonna go to our missions, see what monthly rewards we do have today. I think they are the same every month, but you know, just check it out. You know, get some rewards, get some loot,
Freed from suffering.
get some packs soon. The missions here, I think you can get. Nope, you cannot collect in the missions. Go home. Looks like we did get maybe 1, 2, and 500. Nope. So 1, 2. We do have a Take-Two ticket, which is pretty nice. I do want to do a Take-Two video soon, and we may just do it later today. But as always, thank you everyone for watching, and hope you guys have a great day. And you know, rate, comment, subscribe, and see ya.